Everything from beer signs to beer pins are being highlighted at a convention in northern Kentucky. Lance Berry has more.
Coming up this Saturday, hundreds of beer fans from around the country converging on the Northern Kentucky Convention Center in Covington. And here with more is Dave Guzapo from Florence. He's known to many affectionately as Beer Dave. He's going to tell us more about the 41st Canvention. Dave, this is a big deal. You're talking collectors all over the country coming to this, and this is really a pretty significant line of collecting. Tell us more.
There's going to be about 800 people on Saturday that'll be set up at the convention center in Covington, and they'll have all their various collectibles similar to what you see here in front of us, and just different things from the coasters, the trays, the cans, the glasses. It's just amazing the history of beer that you'll see on Saturday.
Now, this is actually the biggest convention in the world for this type of collecting. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. Wow. This is the largest of all of them.
Take us through some of these. I know some of them have a significant amount of worth, and then others are actually more common than people realize. Take us through some of the highlights of this particular collection laid out in front of us.
Sure. Some of the brewing serving trays, those were available right after World War II. Those are still available because they just didn't tire out. So, and they're, roughly 50 to 100 bucks.
It's pretty durable. I mean, a lot of people are using these still today, as you point out.
Right, and a lot of people have found that their aunts and uncles that are still using them. They're like, hey, I'm going to replace your tray. I want to put that in my collection. But some of the old signs, like here's a calendar shaped like a bottle cap. The coasters, the Bavarian Brewery, they came out with a slogan called a man's beer, and the women complained. So then they came out with a campaign called Hers Too, to sort of apologize to the women and like, we'd love to have you as our drinkers as well.
Now, I assume this type of collection, like anything else, how rare something is and the condition are vital. Is that true for this as well?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. If a glass is chipped or whatever, it's going to lessen the value of it, that kind of stuff. But it's also a great way to sort of understand the history of some of the breweries and the size of the brewery. Somebody like an Anheuser-Busch put out hundreds of thousands of items, where somebody like some of the little local breweries we had here, like Heidelberg in Covington or something along those lines, not as many items would have been available from those breweries.
Now, what's laid out here, most of this would qualify as antiques, but I'm sure there are some people who are collecting modern day items. Is that part of this, as well? Yeah,
it would be called current can collectors. So they would be collecting cans that you can readily go into the store today and purchase.
Well, this is interesting, and certainly there are novice collectors who are going to be there who may be a little bit intimidated by what's laid out here. Obviously, you're one of the true experts of this, but certainly I'm sure the experience ranges from very, very new people to people like yourself. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the hobby is really growing. We're getting a lot of new members coming back. A lot of kids that maybe collected when they were in high school, went away to college, and now they're getting back into it. It's been very exciting.
Well, hopefully Mom did not throw out that beer can collection. It may have a significant amount of value. Once again, it is the Canvention coming up this Saturday. Tell us when and where.
Saturday from 9 until 3 at the Covington Convention Center, the Northern Kentucky Convention Center in Covington.
All right, Dave. Well, it's great to have you here, and thanks for bringing not only this collection in, but also your knowledge. You're the go-to guy here, the expert when it comes to brewing and that type of memorabilia, and a favorite topic of mine to boot. So thanks, Dave.
That's a great subject. Thanks, Lance.